Hello, and welcome to Season 2 of Being MsDiva. Thank you for all of those that listened to Season 1, all your support. I want to thank you. I appreciate every last one of you. So enjoy Season 2, Being MsDiva. Have a blessed day. Thank you. Hello, and welcome to Season 2 of my podcast. Thank you for all of those who have listened to or subscribed to my podcast on my YouTube channel. This is Season 2 about what I did after I was finally out of this abusive relationship, finally away from the abuser. What my life was like, what took place, what happened. This will be a different type of abuse. This will not be sexual abuse. This will be an abuse of trust. When I finally thought I was ready for another relationship, I thought that I was okay. I thought that I was totally healed, and that the trust issues that I had in regards to getting in another relationship with a man, I thought that I was cured. I thought that I was healed. I thought that everything was okay. So I went on through life, with myself, saying to myself, "Oh, thank God, I'm finally healed. I'm finally happy. I can now trust." So, like I had said, gave my life to the Lord and all the struggles that I had in Season 1. To understand what I'm going to be talking about in Season 2, you have to have gotten through Season 1. So I was introduced to this minister, um, and we became good friends. He was very nice, respectful. He was gentle. I didn't tell him about uh, my abuse. I didn't tell him about the sexual abuse. I didn't want him to know. And I felt that, it was nothing that I needed to tell him. It was nothing that I wanted to tell him. So therefore, I didn't say anything about the relationship, my relationship with my kid's father. I didn't say anything about, that relationship. I introduced him to my kids, and my kids got along great with him. He didn't stay here where I lived. He stayed out of town. So a lot of our communication was phone, calling, or some weekends he would come down and, we would go out, we would do, different things, when I had church time, I would go to where he lived and he had things in his church and I would attend. And everything just seemed like it was just flowing so great, and I was in a better place. I was just so happy that I was able to be around a man and not feel uncomfortable. I was able to sit down next to um, a man and not feel that he was going to hurt me. I was very comfortable with this minister, very comfortable. We had so much fun together. We just enjoyed one another's company. We talked about a lot of things, you know. We didn't just, when we came together, talk church, church, church. No, we came together and we did things. We talked about life in general. And I told him, you know, my kids had the same, you know, their dad, all of them had the same father. And my son was, you know, happy there was, you know, a man. And he, you know, he was around, and that was comfortable for me because here it was that um, my kids was able to enjoy. You know, it wasn't being sent into the room. They wasn't, you know, being sent someplace else when, you know, when things was going on. But like I said, they my girls never saw the abuse, and my son, I had already had left his father, and he never experienced any of the hurt, the name calling, the abuse. He never knew it. None of my kids knew anything about it, but he didn't meet his father. You know, his father decided to um, leave and say that that wasn't his child, wasn't his son. So he didn't come around him. He didn't. After, you know, the abuse, when I left him, I didn't want him around my girl. I didn't want him around me. And he never asked to see the kids. So therefore, um, I didn't take it upon myself to try to get in contact with him to say, you know, you want the kids to come over, because I still had that uncomfortableness about him, and I didn't know if he would be very spiteful and take my kids. Because back then, um, he had just as much right to come get the kids, because they didn't have that, you know. I couldn't say, well, you know, he took the kids because he was their father. So I was, in a sense, happy that he didn't, um, I wasn't able to contact him. Well, he wouldn't, you know, listen to me no how. So um, I was very comfortable knowing that that part I didn't have to worry about, you know, him taking my kids and, you know, going somewhere, you know, taking them away from me, because he said they weren't his, so that wasn't an issue. Um, his sisters knew the kids were his. His sisters knew about the kids, but he didn't want to have anything to do with them. He met someone else, and they, you know, and I didn't care to ask about their brother, how he was doing, where he's at. That was not something that I needed to know. Anyways, he had left the state of Ohio anyway, so I wasn't even concerned about um, him anymore. So I'm thinking, you know, I'm past that scenario abuse. I'm past that. I've got out of that relationship, and I thank God that I did, because it could have got worse than what it was. You know, it could have been consequences that um, I would face if I would have went to the extreme that my mind was telling me to do. But I thought about my children every time the thoughts came to my mind. I thought about them. So in season two, it's going to be talking about this relationship, this new relationship that I was in, um, what all happened in this new relationship, how I felt, um, what I thought. Um, my heart I had it to the point where it was not covered. So therefore, I didn't expect anything to go wrong in this relationship. I didn't expect me to be hurt at all in this relationship. I didn't think anything like that. I'm thinking that this is a new beginning. I am in a relationship, and this relationship is not like the first one where I was talked about, cussed out, made fun of. This relationship was so, he was so gentle and his words were so kind and so respectful that I was just blown out the water because I'm thinking, oh my God, I never thought that I would hear such kind words. I'm thinking, all men would be the same. And here it is, this minister proved me wrong. All men aren't the same. He's not like he's not like the kid's father. He's not doing, because, I was waiting for, we was together for several months. I'm not going to say a year, but several months. And all the time we were together, um, he never said anything negative about me. He never cussed at me. He never shoved me, pushed me. And we didn't have sexual intercourse. We didn't go that. We didn't go there. um, but I enjoyed his company, and I felt he enjoyed my company. So I kept easing my frustrations, my difficulties, the way I was thinking. I kept easing out of that place where I was when I was with this other man, my kid's father. I was able to relax. I was able to sit next to a man and not be grabbed by the throat, um, picked up, shoved down, kicked, slapped, um, told to get up, and then once I got up, um, kicked, kicked in the back. That didn't happen with this man. And that made me feel so comfortable and at ease that I was enjoying it. I was enjoying happiness. I said to myself, oh, thank you, God. Thank you. I am finally able, excuse me, I am finally able to sit next to a man, to talk to a man, to feel comfortable around a man because this man treated me like a queen. He respected me. He just made me feel so comfortable. So that part of my heart, I gave it to him. I gave him my heart because I said to myself, I can trust now. I'm able to trust. Thank God. So that's why I'm going to be talking about this relationship, what happened in this relationship. So I just want to just come on here and just tell you what season 2 is going to be about, um, and tell you what I went through. And I'm, like I always say, that I'm here to help single women everywhere that have been in an abusive relationship, got out of abusive relationship, and need to know what's the next step. I'm here. And my goal is to be able to help some single woman. So I'm just wanting to let you know I'm in season 2. And I appreciate every woman or man, whoever listened to season 1, thank you. Season 2 is a new start. So thank you for taking this time and listening. And I just want to say I appreciate everyone that listens to my podcast and my YouTube channel, which is Being Miss Diva. My email is beingmissdiva@gmail.com. And anytime anyone wants to have an interview on my podcast, just send me an email and I'll set it up. And have a great day. This is the start of season 2, episode 1. Be blessed. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening.